Yes. $1 million. No, I'm not drinking. I'm not drugging. This is Austin Centinela. It's February 13th. I'm getting ready to go see the Wolfman at 4:50 at the Marquee Cinemas in New Hartford, and take my son. With the last few dollars that I can remotely conjure up off my credit, outside of going on my credit card, to go do something this weekend. It's about 3:16 in the afternoon, Saturday. I've been writing on topics forums as I guess my kick this past week. I've included myself on a bunch of different forums for Utica, New York topics forums, discussion threads. I don't really pay attention to the local news channels or radio affiliations too much, and I'm getting most of my information and stimuli maybe too much maybe online. The topics forums came to my attention, and I started to respond. Basically, look, this is direct. Mark, Bob, I'm not against nobody. I'm sick of sitting here like a schmuck and spending money I don't really have, no matter how cheap it seemed or whatever. It's not so bad. Maybe I'm jumping in on the bandwagon, but the topics discussion thread that Big Apple, and then you got some people going yay and a lot of people going no good. Well, I didn't make anybody jump in. Topics, 90% of it, everybody hates everybody. What I was saying was, personally, it's time I get out of my runtdom and my personal insecurities of going there since I was 12 years old and never really getting anything out of it other than, putting down money at a counter. And it seemed very cold and callous the last few times I've been in the store. And it doesn't mean like we're all buddies and no, we're not. And we got a lot of hard different times and generations in over 20 years of knowing seeing each other change and stuff. It's kind of awkward. At 2010, this is where I'm at, Mark. It's more Mark than Bob. Bob, you're just a guy that's always been around, as far as I'm concerned, since I was a kid, and it's been uncomfortable. Mark, I've known him as my uncle's friend, my Uncle Dennis. It's always the only way I know him. It's just a Big Apple to me. It's like extended family. But when it was cool and people were smoking J's and like mustard plastic squeeze jars, Big Apple. That's how I remember Big Apple. And I was a kid when that was happening back in the 70s, 80s. Vinny Appice came in and did the drumming clinic. He had the drum set up, and and Briggs was there, and he was putting Appice to the test about the communication breakdown, part on the Dio album and all this bullshit with Sabbath and all this, that's Big Apple. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis, but I'm washing away what I don't need either. As far as the radio shows and things like that, I'm never going to be a local celebrity. Never. I don't even want to think about it. I am at my wit's end, though, that I can't get a date or figure out how to approach anybody civilly and socially. And all I do is seem to like grunt when I have to take out the last $4 of my bank account to go do the laundry. It's like total humility. This is like worse than wearing a rubber suit with a big ball in your mouth, walking around in public, in bondage and humiliation. I which is what I'm learning about online. Didn't know all that shit was going on. Well, yeah, it's going on everywhere, and it's going on, everywhere but here in my house with my son. The tirade is that I would love to have talked to people a long time now for a lot of reasons, and nobody seems to be there. I figured out a few things intellectually that I don't have the fortitude and the strength and character right now to actually say, eloquently and succinctly and coherently. I haven't figured it out. I haven't figured out how to put the pen to the paper to make the statement. I'm more a reactionary person myself, but I have entertained the comical, caricature of it in my mind. And imagine if I drew this picture, sums up what my mission or my main point is right now that I'm understanding sociologically and politically in the Utica, New York, Central New York region as popular daily news, hot topics. I mean, I'm popping with ideas, and I'm vital right now for myself. I'm swimming every day. Every day that I can get in that water, I'm more. I realize, more adjusted to being healthy than I am to be pain-ridden or inactive and depressed. I'd rather not be that, and I don't have that bipolar issue. I'm clinically okay. I just wish I was less embarrassed when I'm walking around socially or publicly, and there were more options for me to entertain rather than just go to the grocery store. I'm starting to get a little bit more cognizant to my diet and my choices I'm making, and the effect of waking up and going back to bed and feeling a little bit less than satisfied about it. It's starting to get to me now. I'm in a room looking at a wall, looking at this computer webcam, rearranging the room this week, trying to make, and I'm realizing, the mics are unplugged now and the drums are changed to go look at another wall. And it's pathetic to my mind to have to see the depreciation. I got to wipe off the chrome and everything and polish them and everything. And I'm just sitting here, just totally inactive. Look, I'm going to pause the video.